TV host Mike Rowe has never been one to argue politics, or really even bring them up at all. He's built his name and reputation as a blue-collar guy who strongly supports vocational education, but keeps his distance from hot-button issues in an effort to stay neutral. However, the landscape of politics has changed a great deal and Rowe finally felt the need to speak out. The recent controversy surrounding the NFL and the national anthem sparked a rant from Rowe that took everyone by surprise. Not only did he say what many Americans have been feeling, he chose not to hold back when pointing the finger. Rowe was at an event taking questions from fans when the truth came rolling out. "I know you avoid politics, thanks, and I remember your rant on the Colts leaving Baltimore," asked a fan named Robert. "But I gotta ask, what's happening to professional football, and what do you make of Trump's comments about those who refuse to stand during the national anthem?" Then out of nowhere, Rowe hit the crowd with a brilliant breakdown of what's really going on. "Right now," Rowe said, "the NFL, the players who choose to kneel, the networks who choose to broadcast their protest, the advertisers who sponsor the games are all eager for our attention. And they are all using football to get it. That's all well and good, right up to the point where it isn't. In my view, this controversy really isn't about patriotism, social justice, racial inequality, or free speech. It's not even about the flag or the national anthem. It's really only about one thing: what we will tolerate, and what we won't." Next in line was NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and the NFL Players Association. "I felt a similar bemusement when the commissioner issued his response, followed by the president of the Players Union. Their comments, along with the comments of many of the players themselves, were perfectly reasonable, perfectly understandable, and perfectly in keeping with their First Amendment rights. But they were also perfectly arrogant. Because they too presuppose that millions of fans will continue to watch them play a game no matter what," Rowe wrote. "Players and teams shouldn't be bringing their personal politics into something meant to be neutral. It's a game, it's supposed to fun and unifying, not unpatriotic and disrespectful. The players have agents and unions, the owners have money and power, and the fans are always caught in the middle. The resulting strikes and the constant uprooting of teams from broken-hearted towns proves beyond all question the overall lack of regard for fans in general." But Rowe finished with a rallying statement that all members of the NFL should listen to, pointing out that fans ultimately have the power. "But here's the thing, Rob," Rowe concludes. "The fans of professional football are not powerless, we're just not yet offended enough to turn the channel. Should that ever change in a meaningful way, if for instance, a percentage of football fans relative to those players who chose to kneel during today's games, chose to watch something else next Sunday, I can assure you, the matter would be resolved by Monday." Rowe is right that money is dictating most of these players' politics. According to Rowe and most Americans, these protests have been purposely sick and controversial to gain as much attention as possible. "You can speak your mind without stepping on this nation's history and values, something President Trump proves possible on the daily.